Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode in the Road to Glory Career Mode series. Today's episode is huge. We have got ourselves the semi-final of the FA Cup to play against Watford, and that will be live commed later on in the episode. Alongside that, we've got some more league games coming. As you guys know, we basically nearly have, well, lost the title effectively. We were 8 points clear, if not more, in this season over Preston, but they've clawed that back and they sit a point behind us with 5 games to go. So it's going to be a very interesting episode today in trying to secure the league title as well and keep Preston off of it in many ways. We did just play game 1 against Shrewsbury. We simmed it, we won it, and I'm showing you the league table of goal scorers. The reason why is because, as you can see right there, Juba is top in terms of the League 1 scorers, but our very own Tim Weah is top in terms of FA Cup scorers. 5 goals or 5 strikes in 4 appearances is very, very good from Tim Weah. And that's why we find ourselves so far in this FA Cup this season. I'm really looking forward to that game later on. But then we took on Accrington Stanley, who are bottom of the league at home. So if we hadn't have won this, I'd have been fuming with my players. And Josh Timer scored early on to make it 1-0, and I was keeping tabs on the bottom right there on the Preston scorers. Van Bergen scores to make it 2. At this point, Preston had just gone 2-1 in front against Walsall. Brown with the goal, and then Walsall managed to score a late 83rd minute equaliser to make the score 2-2. So this win right here made sure that we at this point had moved, I believe, to 3 points clear with 3 games remaining. So all we had to do was effectively win our next 2, and we would be champions, pretty much, because goal difference-wise, we're ahead of them. So I was looking at this thinking, we've got to win, basically. We then decided that we were going to play this one against Barnsley. They were in the top 6 coming into game, and we were away from home. This was quite tough, because I did have one mind on the FA Cup itself. So I didn't name every single player that I wanted to. The main reason, of course, was because we had the FA Cup tie against Watford to come. And so we still had strong players, but not the full strength. We still had Van Bergen, we still had Tim Weah, but no McNeil and people like that. It was actually Sukasev who put us in front here after 32 minutes, scoring from a weird kind of turning, whatever you want to call it, like, I'm going to call it a flying volley, let's say that. It's not that, dramatic. It wasn't, like, brilliant or anything, but he did have to actually swivel his body and actually turn that one into the back of the net, which he did. So fair play to him, the big 6'4" Swiss defender. We took the lead through him. We then had a chance for Barnsley, which had to be saved up by Nami, which wasn't really too difficult. It was straight at him, and that was the only real opportunities in the game. It was a very professional performance from us. We got ourselves ahead, and then were able to keep it by just keeping possession, not allowing Barnsley too much in the game, and we managed to get the win. So that made it 44 league games gone, and we were still 3 points top of the table. 1 more to go, and we could effectively say we were champions-elect, no matter the results against Preston. I've got to say as well, they won their game after this. They won it 4-0. So even our win by a 0-0 here against Barnsley, that was an important win, mainly because, you can see right there, Preston beat Cheltenham 4-0. So if we hadn't have won it, they'd have clawed the gap even further, so they'd have gone back to basically, in effect, a point or 2. So if we'd have drawn. So yeah, 2 points it would have been. But this is where the issues lie for me. I mean, look at this, right? We've just played Barnsley. 4 days later, we're taking on Bradford on the Saturday in the league. And then we face Watford on the Sunday in the FA Cup semi-final. There is absolutely no way that in real life, in an actual fixture list, we would actually be given a game in the league on the Saturday and then have to play Watford on the Sunday. It would be postponed. There's no doubt in my mind. That game on the Saturday would be moved, and we would then face Watford on the Sunday. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So you can see, look at the side we named for this one against Bradford. Needing to win, may I add, and yet we had to play this team against them because we had Watford in the FA Cup semi-final. It's a joke. It really is. And I don't understand why it's still a problem, this fixture congestion. It's been an issue for the last sort of 3, 4, 5 FIFAs in many ways, and it's still an issue. Yeah, like I said, ridiculous that we were playing in the league on the Saturday and then FA Cup semi-final on the Sunday. I don't really know what else to say other than that. And we actually went 1-0 down in the game. It was to be expected. Like I said, we had a weaker side than I would have liked. Bradford are not an easy game. They are a very tough outfit. Away at their ground as well. It's always going to be a tough ask. They took the lead. Fair play to them. So I was just more frustrated, really. I had Hesson Thala playing right back, for example. I mean, it was just pretty much players fill where you can, effectively, was what I was looking at. However, we were looking to fight back, and we did get back in the game. Donald Brennan, lovely stuff from him as he cut back on the right foot before finding the shot into the corner of the goal, making it Bradford 1, Grimsby 1, and he's one of the players, actually, who isn't too bad. He has featured a fair few times for us this season, so you can't really say he's like a backup player, but I definitely did have a few. Rose, for example, who was playing up front alongside Wes Thomas. This was his first appearance for the club. Hesson Thala at right back. He's a centre mid by trade. I'm sure he could probably fill that position if we needed him to. But ultimately, there were a lot of fresh faces in this Grimsby Town side. But that finish from Donald Brennan is absolutely brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. Had to give him credit where it's due. The little fake shot back inside and the finish was quality. Morris picking up the ball in the second half with 16 minutes to go, finding the debutant in the form of Rose. And he scored to make it Grimsby 2, Bradford 1. So Marcus Rose, mate, welcome to Grimsby Town. That's a very important goal that you have just scored there, because if we hold on to this, we potentially would be champions, depending on, of course, how Preston would play. We were effectively champions-elect if we won, because in terms of goal difference, we had a massive lead over them. But as celebrations came to a close, ladies and gentlemen, the players on the pitch knew what had happened. Grimsby Town 2, Bradford City 1, with a backup fringe side, was enough for us to secure ourselves the League One title. Preston drew 2-2, I believe, in their game away from home. I can't remember who they played, but they did draw 2-2, which meant mathematically we were champions. And as you can see, that is what it meant to the players out there. It was kind of frustrating for me because I would have liked it to have been a more familiar face who would have, you know, lifted the league title. I mean, it's still not a bad one, Davis. He's actually played quite a few games for us since we started the series, but you know, I would have liked it to have been somebody else who was in our first team a lot more this year. But obviously, because I had to play the weaker side, that was how it panned out. So Davies was going to get his hand on the League One title. And it means that we are champions heading into that championship season, which is going to be really, really tough. It really is. I'm looking forward to it, but I know it's probably not going to be as easy as maybe the other two leagues were. You know, we dominated this league, got promoted from League 2, and it wasn't easy, that one. That one was a bit more tough, but we dominated League 1. I'm not expecting to dominate the Championship. I really am not. So that is, ladies and gentlemen, the end of our league season, because we will not be playing our final league game of the season against Bolton, because I'm going to be simming that no matter what happens in this upcoming FA Cup game. Right now against Watford, you can see right there, there is, of course, confirmation of the Preston 2-2 draw against Southend. It was, in fact. And as you're seeing, the news article explaining that we have won ourselves the league title here with Grimsby Town in League 1. I'm going to sign off right now because we're going to move into the live com for the FA Cup semi-final against Watford. Enjoy what is to become a absolutely tremendous game for you all. Can't wait to show you it right now. Enjoy the rest of the video, guys. And here we are then, ladies and gentlemen. The underdog story will continue with the game here in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. I mean, whatever happens from this point forward is whatever. I mean, look at the team, right? We've got issues. We've got fitness issues to a lot of players. You can see right now we're having to play McGuinness out at left back and Josh Timon at centre back. The only other thing I could do here is pretty much move Jackson in there like that. In fact, no. Let's do it this way. Let's put McGuinness at left back and have Sukasev in the middle and move Jackson out there because he's a little bit more ready in terms of stamina. But look at the players. You would have noticed this. I did show you just before we came into game. We played Bradford the day before we had an FA Cup final. That's outrageous. You postponed that game. I mean, it's just stupid the way that these fixtures are done. Really, really is. I don't understand it. I've spoke about it before. So, yeah, it's whatever. So, that's the side we're going to have to go with for this cup final. I wanted to start Peterson, but he looks worse for wear as well in terms of that one. I couldn't even start our backup centre defensive midfielder in the form of Morris because he's also worse for wear. So we're going to have to give a first start of the season to Robertson, the Scottish centre midfielder. He can play CDM, 5'8", 18 years of age. And when you consider the fact that this is not going to be an easy Watford side, I am seriously worried about this team. Ultimate difficulty for this semi-final. Again, not sure how that's going to go. We are definite underdogs, but who doesn't love an underdog story? Without further ado, it's our first trip to Wembley. We're taking on Watford in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, a place to play in the final of this competition at stake. Who's going to take it? I'm sure this won't be the first time that we have a few of our players at Wembley. You know, the likes of McNeil there. You saw Ethan Shaw warming up. Tim Weir if he stays at the club. We're going to get here again. There's no doubt in that. But the thing is, in terms of right now, nobody could have expected that League One Grimsby Town would have reached a semi-final and would be facing off against Watford. Nobody would have expected that. So to get here is a massive achievement. To go one step further would be fantastic. The only problem is our side is not full strength like I would have liked it to have been. So the chances are Watford are going to run rings around us today. You never know. You never know. We could pull something out the bag here. We'll we'll see what's going to come of this game. I'm really intrigued as well to see what sort of team they've named for this one, because it depends on sort of what stage they're at in terms of their Premier League season. Patrick Cutrone looks like he's starting, and he's got 3 goals in his last 3 games, which doesn't help our cause at all. He is starting the game, so quality up front. Not sure if our backline would be able to deal with that. I saw Andre Gray as well in the warm-up too, so he's going to be starting the game. So the 2 up top looks like it's going to be Cutrone and Andre Gray. That is already difficult enough, and when you consider the side we've got, it's a very interesting one. McGuinness at left back, like I said, Timon on the bench. Robertson starting his first game for the club in CDM. It's a decent side other than that. It's just they won't be able to complete the entire game, especially if this one goes to extra time. If we have to play extra time here, people are going to be literally on their last legs, which is not what you want to see from things. So I'm hoping it won't go to extra time. That's the aim anyways. I see Ben Foster in goal for them. Other than that, there's a lot of other players that I'm not sure of. So here is their side then. Igor Smolikov at right back. Cathcart, Kabasele and Messina make up the back 4. Chalobah, Gambin, Pereira and Delafeu as a midfield 4. And then, of course, Andre Gray and Patrick Cutrone that I mentioned earlier as the front 2. A very strong Watford side. And it's one that we're going to struggle, I think, to contain today. Especially the wings of Pereira and Delafeu. They will cause issues, certainly. I'm no doubt in that. So let's see what's going to happen. FA Cup semi-final live from Wembley. It's coming up and we have kick-off. The top scorer of the FA Cup is Tim Weah. We need him to do bits today. We're underway here at Wembley. I don't know what to make of this. I want to try and get as many players a feel for the ball early on, so that way they're used to how the ground's going to roll here at Wembley. As Janssen and McNeil combining, going down the right. It's Shane McNeil looking for an early chance. Janssen's made a good run through. Where's Tim Weah in the box when you need him? It's delivered in. Up goes Weah. He's not wanted, but he comes out to Marco van Bergen, or Mitchell van Bergen, sorry. Off the crossbar. Are you joking? 6 minutes on the clock here at Wembley, and we just hit the woodwork. I know for sure we'll get chances. That's not the issue. It's defensively where we lack a little bit. And I called him Marco van Bergen. I don't know why. It's Mitchell van Bergen, and I knew that all along. Oh, my goodness me. Early start here. Watford, I don't know what's going on with them, but at the back, they look so open. They really do. McNeil. Janssen looking for Weah's feet, and he's found Tim Weah. Weah still going, and still Tim Weah, and now we'll find McNeil. McNeil delivers the cross. Unmarked is Mitchell van Bergen, and again, another big chance for the Dutch winger. He's hit the woodwork already, and he sent his header over the bar, sailing into the crowd. Ben Foster must have been thinking all sorts when that cross got delivered to the unmarked Mitchell van Bergen, but he couldn't take his chance, and Grimsby have wasted 2 absolutely massive chances in this game. Van Bergen again. Janssen. Frugo Shaw if we could have found him, but Janssen couldn't release the ball quick enough. Here's Robertson now, looking for McNeil. It's McNeil again, got a great delivery from the wide area. In it goes yet again. Watford head out, but only as far as Max Jackson. Now Robertson in towards Shaw. Shaw gets the shot away. It's deflected, and it's going to be Ben Foster's. It's all Grimsby. It really is all Grimsby here in the opening 30 minutes. It's been poor from Watford, I've got to say that. They are letting us control this game, and I expect much more from them than that's a good ball for us. Patrick Cutrone's got the pace to beat Ross Sykes, but a big man does just enough to hold him off to allow people to get back. But it comes out wide again. Watford's delivery in towards Sukasev, who heads clear. And now Shaw to take the ball away. Ball up towards Weah. Through to Van Bergen. Look at the space for Mitchell van Bergen as he goes forward for Grimsby Town. It's still Mitchell van Bergen. Needs to use the ball correctly here if he can. He hasn't done. Oh, Mitchell, you're getting so much on that left-hand side. And unfortunately, it's just not working at the minute. But Sukasev wins another header for us. And now it comes towards Shaw again. Looks for McNeil. Cleared away. McGuinness. Weah. Ball out towards Jackson, who's going to keep it in play as well and find McNeil. Can he keep the ball in play, though? McNeil's delivery in towards the middle. Up goes Tim Weah off the crossbar again. This is scenes. I don't know what to say to you guys. I genuinely don't. I can't believe we've hit the crossbar twice in this first half. Watford have been stunned here. I genuinely cannot believe this. We already should be 2 to the good. We should be going through to an FA Cup final. And this is ultimate difficulty as well, ladies and gentlemen. But Watford have not shown up here today. But it's one of those games where you're just looking at it and you're saying, we're not going to get our just reward, I don't think. Because horrible feeling that we're going to do all this work. And then in the end, as Watford play themselves into danger again, we're not going to actually get the goal that require. Janssen looking to strike it. They're going to do their bits and clear away here. We're about to go into half-time. 10 seconds away from the break. If we can get one more chance, might be enough. Here is Weah. Trying to get onto the right foot. Tim Weah finds Robertson on the run. Robertson now with a strike. It's too easy for Ben Foster. And it's going to be half-time. Grimsby 0, Watford 0 at the break. Honestly, I couldn't be prouder of the way my players are playing here. Unfortunately, we haven't taken the lead, and that's largely down to the fact we're wasting chances. You know, 6 shots, 2 on target. It's not good enough. But for Watford, horrific showing in that first half. They definitely need something better. Considering a change, actually. If I make the change here... Haven't even got a striker on the bench. What I might do is, I think I'm going to put Shaw up front and bring on Cox as the cam. Who's got the better acceleration? They're similar. Who's got the better finishing? 59 to 57. Shaw slightly better in terms of ball. Wait, is he better in ball control? Yeah, he is. All right, we're going to move Cox up front and play Shaw as the cam then. I mean, there's not a lot of changes I have available to me. Like I said, I don't want this going to extra time, but second half is coming up, and we'll see if we can dominate like we did in the first. It's really, really weird to see Watford not playing to their best either. Ball out towards McNeil. Max Jackson on the overlap. That's good from the fullback, and he's got the legs to keep going. Max Jackson needs a good delivery now in towards the middle. Cox is looking to try and strike it on a volley there. Unfortunately, he couldn't actually get round on the ball, but he finds McGuinness. McGuinness now towards Van Bergen. Lovely stuff from Grimsby again in this second half as we come back out. Dominating again. Van Bergen's delivery up towards McNeil. Headed clear by Watford, who get themselves out of danger as well. And now can play forward with Patrick Catrone. McGuinness as a makeshift left back so far has not done too badly in terms of that position. He's not had a lot to do, but what he has had to do, he's dealt with it. As now it goes towards Ross Sykes to try and come across and stop this from getting crossed in towards the middle. Sykes does enough and launches the ball clear. Weah. Great control. Now Mitchell Van Bergen waits for a run to come in. Tim Weah's going to make it. Oh my goodness me, Tim Weah. Stretch your legs, mate. He's running so low on stamina though. And he's just going to have to hold up the ball and try and find a teammate again. Weah, unfortunately, like I said, not quite fully fit coming into game. It's found its way to Cox. Cox towards McNeil. McNeil trying to cut on the left foot if he can get it. There it is, the strike coming in. And it's blocked away by Watford. Again, I don't want to bring Weah off because he's definitely our danger man. But just the way that he's looking in terms of his fitness right now, there's only really one option I've got, and that's to try and bring him off. Suka said with a great tackle. Weah again, dispossessed, but it's going to find Robertson. Robertson towards now Cox. Cox looks for Weah. Dispossessed, but it comes back to Ethan Cox. And now he can drive forward. It's the substitute, Ethan Cox, in towards the area. It's blocked. Straight through to Ben Foster. I mean, literally, guys, I have no other option. Weah's going to have to come off. Look at him. He's absolutely... out of it in terms of stamina. But who do I put up front then? McNeil potentially. Bring on Voss on that left-hand side. Unless we put McGuinness there and we put Timon at left back. You can see, I think we had the option. We tried. We had to score when we were putting the pressure on in that first half. The two that hit the crossbar had to go in. Unfortunately, they haven't done. And we find ourselves in a very precarious situation right now. So my last change is going to have to be... I don't even know, to be honest. I really don't know. Voss on, potentially, and then move McGuinness at right back. That's the only other thing I can think of, to be honest. So, 22 minutes to go, plus then extra time if it stays as it is. Watford have been poor here, no doubt in that, but you have to give us credit where it's due. We've done our job brilliantly. Mitchell Van Bergen now again. Unfortunately, this didn't find the pass. Here come Watford, first real opportunity of the game, delivered in, and there they go, and there is Watford's opening goal. There's nothing I can do against it, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Catrone scores their first chance of the game, and this is why I don't like the ultimate difficulty this year in the game. It's like you defend brilliantly for 70, 80 minutes of a game, and then you give away one opportunity and they take it. I mean, there's not a lot you can do there. Sukasev really shouldn't have left his man. Patrick Catrone scores. It's so undeserved for Watford, but we expected that coming into the game that they would take this win. And we had, as I said, the chances in the first half of the game to take the lead, hitting the woodwork twice. I mean, we had to take those. I knew that. It's just the fixtures need fixing, EA. How many times are we having this issue? There's so many problems with the games every time they release them. And it's like, it's not even a finished game, but they still release it. Here comes Voss. Now trying to find his way forward into towards the penalty area. Oh, he's come on! He's hit the post again! Really? This is outrageous! Offside, ref. That's offside. Unbelievably, he's playing on, but never mind. Josh Timon, great defending. Timon, Robertson. Need last chance saloon pretty much for Grimsby Town now, I think. 8 minutes to play here. Mitchell Van Bergen comes back on the right foot, trying to find a way through, but you can see fitness is just not there for my players right now. McGuinness is another one who looks very, very tired out there. Still McGuinness, and he will find his way in towards Shaw. Shaw to Mitchell Van Bergen. Van Bergen trying to get some space. Watford with everybody behind the ball. It's atrocious from them the way they've played today. But they're going to get themselves through to a final, so I don't think they'll care. Mitchell Van Bergen again. Still Mitchell trying to find that right foot if he can. And now he finds Shaw. It's dispossessed, and that's going to be Watford out. Patrick Catrone gets down the right for Watford. A minute to play. Delivers it in. McGuinness should get there. But I don't think we've got enough time to really find another opportunity unless we can get it now. It's Van Bergen. Van Bergen. No, he's overhit the pass. He's overhit the pass. For crying out loud. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Watford 1, Grimsby 0. I cannot believe we are out of the FA Cup like that. If there's anything that goes by next year's game here, you better fix this fixture list. There is absolutely no way that a team playing in the semi-final of the FA Cup will be playing on the Saturday in the league. No way at all. Outrageous. Look at those match facts. League 1 Grimsby Town, ultimate difficulty. Outplayed a Premier League side in Watford. They got 41% of possession. One shot, one on target. They took it, they scored, 1-0. They're through to the FA Cup final and we go out. I don't even care about winning it. I just wanted the opportunity to play in a final with a League 1 team. Having deserved it, especially the way we played. I honestly wouldn't care if we'd have come here and got battered and then gone out. The fact of the matter is, we were the miles better side in that game, and undeservedly, we have left the FA Cup because we've been beaten by a goal to 0. If we'd have been able to play our full-strength lineup without having any fitness issues, and Chelsea go through to the finals playing against Watford, we'd have probably won that game. No doubt in my mind. Like, the way we played there, unbelievable. But I rest my case. Like, look at this fixture list, guys, that we've played recently. So we played Accrington. Then 5 days later played Barnsley away. Then we played Bradford 3 days after that. And then a day later, the next day, we play Watford in the FA Cup semi-final. Like, what is that? Sort it out, please. And you know what as well, guys? We're going to be ending off the episode today because I'm going to be simming this game against Bolton. And that's going to be end of season 2. We're going to go into the Championship. Championship life awaits for Grimsby Town. So, out of today's episode, even though there is obviously the negatives to look at in the aspect that we are undeservedly out, I feel like we still, you know, we did what we needed to do, and it's still positive. Even if we lose to Bolton here, which I couldn't care less, so I'm just going to skip this game. We are the winners of League 1 anyway, and we will be playing Championship football. So, positive still to come. Obviously, I will show you everything that we need to know about in just a moment once we skip through this. Bolton winning 2-1. Like I said, don't care. We already had won as champions of League 1. So that ends off Season 2. We're going to be going ahead now and looking at who scored the most goals, who did what, and all this other stuff. Just bear with me a second, guys. Let me do some more trading, and then we'll jump into that. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see right here, we finished top of the table, having scored 100 points for the league, scoring 90 goals in the process. Preston finishing in second place, so there will still be a match-up for us next year against Ben Pringle if he starts in the game against us in the Championship. They finished on 98, 2 points behind us, and that was basically it. The two league runners in us and Preston getting away with that one. Rotherham, Barnsley, Walsall and Bolton will fight their way through in a playoff, stature. We'll see who goes through in a moment. But in terms of that one, the top scorer of the division was actually Brown. Brown from Preston got given the golden boot, even though Artem Zuba had scored the same amount for Bolton. Not sure how they decide it in terms of that one. So maybe you guys know. Leave me a comment down below. Our top scorer for the league, though, was Mitchell Van Bergen with 16 strikes in 39 games. Tim Weir in there with 14 as well. Assist maker was also Maguire, as well. Sorry, it was Maguire from Preston, so it was also a Preston player. Van Bergen with 12 assists in the games he played, so a lot of goals, a lot of assists. Janssen, Shaw, and McNeil are all on 8 there as well. Clean sheets, McNamee with 13, not enough. Preston's Rudd got the most with that one. Yellow cards and red cards, I don't think will be in either of these two, because I'm pretty sure we don't pick up that many cards. So yeah, fantastic showing for the boys this year. It's just disappointing we couldn't go that one step further in the FA Cup. Let's see actually who got on to win that FA Cup then. FA Cup, has it been played? Let's take a look. I'm pretty sure it will have been. No, it's getting played on the 23rd, so I will be back in a moment. Got quite a few youth players wanting out as well, so I need to go and promote these guys, I think, because there's a lot of them that are saying they don't want to be still sat in there. If they're not good enough, I'll just get rid of them. So another one is, where is he? Mason Bell, another guy that said he didn't want to be here. too much longer, but he actually isn't that great, so I'm just going to release him. His potential's good, but his overall right now is not good enough. He's not going to play anytime soon for us, especially with the players we've already got. So we're about to see who's won that FA Cup in just a moment. Another one, Frank Broyne now wants out as well. I'll do all these in a second. I just want to see who went on to win that FA Cup, as we're going to get the news outlet right now. Who has won it? Will it be Watford or will it be Chelsea? Obviously, I would like it to be Watford, considering they're the ones that knocked us out. Going on to be knocked out by the eventual champions is always a good thing. Who did it? Emirates FA Cup winners. Who did it? Who did it? Come on, man. It's Watford. They've actually gone on to win it. Javi Garcia's men. Fair play. Fair play. I mean, as I said, yeah. I don't know what score it was, but it's just frustrating because it's like, I genuinely can't believe we were out. Anyways, that's that, I think, for all of that sort of stuff. I don't think there's anything else really notable to show you. In fact, no, wait, there is one thing I need to show you, and that was who is coming down from the Premier League for this upcoming season in the Championship, because obviously, in terms of the teams we're going to have, it's going to be a difficult season. So Southampton and Stoke went up. I'm not sure who's gone up through the playoffs, who's come down from the Championship. Portsmouth, Oxford and Ipswich. In terms of the Premier League, though, it was won by Liverpool, but the teams at the bottom who we will face next year will be Aston Villa, West Brom and Leeds. So Leeds already a Championship side in real life. Villa in fact, all three are Championship sides in real life. So that's a little bit better than I was maybe thinking. I'm kind of glad that Southampton have gone back up, because that would have been a tough test. Huddersfield in there still going to be pretty tough. Derby as well. Millwall, Swansea, all these tough sides. It's going to be a really difficult season next year, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, we'll do bits in that one. I'm going to do one last thing and show you a squad report of the players that we have at the club, and then that will end off Season 2. So obviously, let's have a look in terms of appearances. Sykes was the highest appearance maker with 54, 42 of which coming in League 1. Sukasev in second, scoring 2 goals and 2 assists from centre-back this season. Ethan Shaw with 9 goals, 10 assists, 7 and 8 in League 1. Max Jackson playing 51 times. McNeil wasn't as prolific in League 1 as he was in League 2, but that's to be expected. Mitchell Van Bergen was quality all throughout. Look at them return of Mitchell's. 50 games for McNamee as well. Takefusa Kubo didn't do too badly. Rodney Jansen there as well. I think we only signed Weah in January, so that's why he's not up here in terms of that one. 19 goals in 38 games with 3 assists. So that's a goal every 2 games pretty much. Not in the league though, but overall. Ethan Cox, 38 games to his name. McGuinness, 34. Hesson Thaler with 31. Thomas on 28. Davis on 22. Garcia, 19. Brennan, 8 games. Clifton with 7. Watson with 7. Whitmore with 6. Hughes with 6. Morris with 3. Voss with 2. Robertson 2. Oh, wait, he did make an appearance in League 1. I lied when he said he made his debut in that FA Cup semi. I apologise. Oh, wait, no, he made his appearance in that sim game right at the end, so I didn't lie. Pedro Jesus there as well with 2. We got Dave Gray, and Marcus Rose, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the only appearance makers of the club. So, now this is an interesting one. Who is the highest valued player at the club at this current time? That honour goes to Tim Weah, who's on 13k a week, but he's also worth 8.5 million. Not too bad when we sign him for 2 point odd. Takefusa Kubo worth 6, Sukasev worth 5.5, McNeil worth 5 almost, Shaw worth 4.5. Not too bad there as well. In terms of the highest growth this season, it went to Rodney Jansen, who grew 9 overalls whilst playing striker. Not terrible. Sukasev with 8, Peterson with 8, Cox with 7, Shaw with 7, 5 McGuinness. You can see the overall changes of these players. And that is that. In terms of our highest rated player, though, I think it is Tim Weah. It is Tim Weah. So, 74 rated Weah for next season in the Championship. What are we thinking? Will he bang in the goals in that league as well? Time will tell, guys. But that's going to be it for this second season. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you did, a like would be greatly appreciated. I am so sorry we couldn't get to that FA Cup final for you all to enjoy. But unfortunately, on the day, we just lacked that cutting edge when it came to finishing. We were the better side by miles. We just couldn't finish our chances, and Watford finished their only one. So there we go, guys. I will see you all for a jam-packed first episode in the Championship next time out. I am so excited to bring you it. I don't know what's going to happen, who's going to come in, how much money we've got to spend, or anything like that. Going to save it all for a surprise next episode out for you all to enjoy. Until then, though, guys, if you are new around here and like what you see, the subscribe button is down below. Click that to follow me on the channel. Also, hit the notification bell as well. If you never want to miss an upload, you'll be notified whenever a new video goes live. So make sure you have that turned on. I'll catch you all again soon. Adios.